Hi, this is Ryan from Ryan M. Bot Computer Repair. I'm super excited to give you a tip today for my Windows users. This tip is for anyone who's ever seen that low disk space warning on Windows. It turns out that every time you do a little update with Windows, that old version of Windows gets saved in case you ever need to revert back to it. But I've never reverted back to a previous version of Windows, and no one I've ever met has ever done that, so most likely you're probably never going to do it. And for those who do that often, you want to ignore this tip, but for everyone else, a great way to clean up disk space is to get rid of all of those old versions of Windows. So let's get started. There is a companion article to this video right on my website. So let's pull that up here. It's at rmbot.com. And if you head down to the, in the menu, there's a little one called Tech Tips right here. Going to head there. And of course, right now the latest article is the this particular tip. That might change in the future as I add more tips. So let's just go to step 1 here. Say hi to Adley. He's in the background here. Hi, he's stamping up catalogs to try to earn some extra money with chores. Now these instructions, steps 1 through 5, are for Windows 10. But at the end, I'm also going to go through how to do it if you have an earlier version of Windows. Pretty much the same thing, but there's a little change. So step 1, go down to your search bar here and start typing disk cleanup. So you'll see one of the apps on Windows is called Disk Cleanup, so we want to click that. So that opens up this window. Now for step 2, actually step 3, you want to, inside of this window, hit the Clean Up System Files button. Now, if you've never done a disk cleanup, this process might take quite a while to load, but eventually you'll see this window. And what you want to do here is on step 4, you want to look for an entry called Windows Update Cleanup. And make sure there's a checkbox next to that. Any of these entries that have a checkbox, they will be deleted. So if there's anything interesting you wanted to save in your recycle bin, you might not want to check that box. Or in your downloads folder, you might want to check that box. Now you might also have an entry for previous versions of Windows, I think it's called, something like that. And if you upgraded from a previous version of Windows, then that old version will also be on your hard drive taking up space. So if you don't ever plan on reverting back to it, you can get rid of it here. Just check that box. And then once you've got all the boxes you want checked, just do step 5 is hit OK. And I'll ask you if you're sure you want to delete those, of course. Okay, and that's it. So now the Windows 10 people, you're done. This next section is for anybody who has an earlier version of Windows. So I'm going to show you how to get to that same disk cleanup app. It's just a little different on older versions of Windows. So the quickest way is usually go down to your Start menu and then scroll all the way down. There's a folder called Windows System, and inside there you'll find the control panel. So now when you pull up the control panel, you might see something that looks more like this. or something like this, but you want to switch the view of the control panel to small icons. That way you can see everything. One of those items, the one we're interested in, is administrative tools. And in there you'll see disk cleanup. So just click that, and that will get you right back to step 3 up in the article. Another way to get to disk cleanup is to hold down the window key and press E. That will get you into File Explorer. Once there, you want to right click on your hard drive. It's usually called the C drive. Whoops. It might be down inside of this PC, or sometimes it's called My Computer. Find the C drive, right click it, and then go to Properties. That'll open this window. And there's a button right in there for disk cleanup too. That's another way to get there. So that is it. If this is too complicated and you want someone to do this for you, I happen to know a guy who has a computer repair business. Just give me a call at 570-453-9715 and I'll hook you up. I actually have a whole computer tune-up package. A lot of times Windows gets bogged down not only by having low disk space, but a bunch of other reasons. So I can help you with all of those. That's it. Say goodbye, Adley.
Bye!
Bye. Thanks
And
for
I'm just
watching.
on my second last catalog.
Nice. Your done pile is growing.